Once you get used to it, it's hard to give up. I'd rather stay hungry.
You may recall in July 1975, Mr. Schwarzenegger finished making the movie Stay Hungry and began his training for his last deserved Mr. Olympia win in 1975 at a body weight of 210. He was also underweight. For the movie Stay Hungry, he was forced to reduce his body weight, and he looked rather emaciated at 210. As a matter of fact, I was in Gold's Gym that day, a very naive young Mike Mentzer seeing Arnold Schwarzenegger. He did his first workout for his last deserved Mr. Olympia title, which he won in November 1975. 4 months later, he claims he weighed 225 pounds when he won that last contest. Although there were people who were present, John Balick and Albert Bush, that claimed he only weighed 218. But we'll give him the benefit of the doubt. Arnold gained 15 pounds, at least, of muscle in this 4-month period. We don't know if Arnold lost any fat during this period. Probably he did. So we don't know. It wasn't that controlled of a study. But we know he gained at least 15 pounds of muscle. How did he do it? Well, he's gone on record several times, he even boasts about it, that he trained 4 hours a day, 6 days a week, for 4 months. And if you're real fast, if you're arithmetic, you'll find out that comes out to a total of 288 hours spent in the gym. It took Arnold 288 hours in the gym to stimulate 15 pounds of muscular growth. And he was not successful in regaining all the mass he had previously held, because in 1974, his best Mr. Olympia condition, I feel, where he weighed 237, he was just awesomely huge. It was his heaviest ever Mr. Olympia. And I even asked Arnold a couple years ago, why were you so light in South Africa? Why did you not go back up to 237? He said, I simply didn't have the time. He had 4 months. In 1973, the exercise physiology department at Fort Collins University conducted an experiment with a number of individuals, the most famous of which is Casey Viator. On May 1st, 1973, Casey weighed 166 pounds. This was an underweight condition for Casey. When he won the Mr. America, he weighed around 212 or 215. So he was underweight to begin with. In 4 weeks, training 30 minutes a day, 3 days a week, May 29, 1973, same month, same year, Casey weighed 212 pounds. In 1 month, exactly 28 days, Casey gained what demonstrably seems to be 46 pounds. Now, you don't know if that's 46 pounds of muscle, 46 pounds of fat, or a combination of fat and muscle. But the exercise physiology department conducted a very sophisticated body fat test called the radioisotope assay test, which showed that Casey lost 17 pounds of body fat during that 28-day period. So we know all the weight that he gained was pure muscle tissue. And it wasn't 46 pounds. Since Casey also lost 17 pounds of fat at the same time, he actually gained 63 pounds of muscle. But again, this was muscle that he had previously held, and all bodybuilders know it's easier to get bigger the second time around. Once you lose mass, it's easier to regain it the second time. The problem is the acquisition of new muscle mass. But it's still an incredible achievement. He was gaining more than 2 pounds of muscle a day. I talked to people who were present at the experiment, and they said you could literally see Casey grow before your very eyes, growing like a weed. Again, how did he do it? He averaged 30 minutes of training 3 days a week. That comes out to a total of an hour and a half of training a week, times 4 weeks, at 6 hours of training. It took Casey 6 hours of training to stimulate 63 pounds of muscle growth. An unbelievable achievement, incredible. Whether it was new mass, old mass, whatever, still an incredible achievement. He had 4 months to gain back 27 pounds. He did not succeed. Casey gained 63 pounds in 1 month. How do you account for the discrepancy or the disparity in achievement? All we have to go on, according to this, is the amount of time they spend training. 6 hours versus 288 hours. Any other explanation? They were both underweight to begin with. And it's true that Casey was even more underweight, so he had the opportunity to gain more weight back. But at least Casey was successful in gaining back all the weight he had previously held. Arnold had 4 months to gain back 27 pounds and could not do it. Casey had 1 month to gain back 63 pounds. That's the weight he weighed in Mr. America, and he succeeded in doing it. And Arnold couldn't do it. Why couldn't he do it? There are 2 factors. Arnold trained so long, he overtrained so much, he could not train with the intensity required to stimulate that much muscular growth. And even if he did train with the intensity required, he didn't allow enough time to recover and allow that growth to manifest itself.